Welcome back, everybody. It's Sarah here to show you some even more exciting features of Newsela. You've learned how to assign articles to your classes, and from the data that we've seen, it looks like students are reading tons of Newsela articles, and you guys are getting lots of good data from that. You've also most recently learned how to build text sets, and you've worked with teachers in your content area to build text sets that you'll be able to use for your upcoming units throughout the year. Today I'm going to show you another awesome Newsela Pro feature, and this is the Newsela Write Prompt. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I'm going to show you how you can customize these prompts for your own students' needs. I don't want you to be like my little guy here, upset about another training session. No, you've got tons to do. Today's session is going to be short and sweet. It's going to be packed with information that you can use right away in your class. And I think you're really going to be excited with how this is going to be able to save you some time. So I'm excited to share this Newsela Write Prompt feature with you today. Our objectives for today are right here for you. You are going to learn how to edit a write prompt and assign it to your students. I will show you how to access and score your students' written responses, and you're going to have some time to work collaboratively with teachers from other content areas to support student understanding using our awesome program, Newsela. You might not already know this, but each Newsela article comes with a default write prompt. So there's a written prompt there ready to go, ready for you to use to assign to your students. If you just look on that blue sidebar there, you'll see the pencil icon and the word write underneath it. You click right there to view that default prompt. So when I click there, it's going to pop up on the screen with that writing prompt. This prompt here for this article is about text structure. You might not be teaching text structure right now. If you are, then you could go ahead and assign this write prompt as is, and it would be great for your students. If not, you have the opportunity to customize that, and I will show you how to do that. If you click here on this little pencil, then you'll be able to edit that prompt and put in a question or a prompt that will address whatever skills and strategies you're currently using with your students. So let me show you how I would go ahead and do this with my students. Let's say I found an article that I would like to assign to them. I'm going to assign it just like I normally would. So I'll click Assign. I'm going to choose my class. I will type in my instructions here. Read this article and take the quiz. Probably what your students are used to doing already. I'm going to add in my instructions, then answer the write prompt. And I can't type in front of you guys. You're making me nervous. Because my students, or your students, might not be accustomed to doing that. You might need to remind them a couple of times that they're also supposed to do the write prompt if your students are anything like mine and don't always read the directions. But it's probably a good idea for you to include that in the assignment instructions. So remember, I click here to see that write prompt. This is asking me to talk about the images and explain how that connects to the text. This looks like a great feature, so I might just go ahead and assign it as is. So to do that, all I do is hit Assign. There's nothing extra that I have to do in order to give my students the write prompt. So you've been assigning the write prompt to your students without even realizing it. In case you're not happy with that write prompt, in case you'd like to work on some other skill, you can go ahead and edit that. You can erase what's written there, write your own awesome write prompt here, and then you can save that. Now, when I go to assign the article, they're going to get that new prompt here. So then I would just hit Assign, and my students now have that assignment in their binder. So when they go in, now they're going to read the article, they'll take the quiz, and I'm going to ask them to do that write prompt as well. Newsela makes it really easy for you to assign awesome written prompts to your students. If you're watching this video with your PLC, this is something that you can work on collaboratively. if you're doing this on your own. It's fine to take some time on your own to do this, but I'd like for you at this point to find an article that you would like to use with your students. You might choose one from one of the text sets that you've created. These are articles that you're going to be able to use throughout the year, and so you know it's something that's going to be useful. You might also just want to look for your own article. Maybe there's something that you're teaching this week that you'd like to try this with, and you might just search for a separate article. So take some time to find an article that you would like to use with your students. And you're going to then brainstorm some ideas to customize that prompt. So think about what it is that you're teaching right now and what you would like to ask them about that. If you're a content area teacher, you might want to talk to a language arts teacher to see which reading skills and strategies they're working on right now. And then you could use your article with your content to ask a question that supports one of those language arts skills and strategies that your students are currently working on. It's just one way that you can build connections across content areas that will better meet the needs of your students. So take some time here to find your article, think about the right prompt that you would like to assign, and then we'll have a way for you to share those ideas coming up in just a few minutes.